The biggest thing that the market does not like is surprises. It doesn't like uncertainty. And unfortunately, we got a couple surprises that took place yesterday that caused a little bit of red in the crypto market. And now it's a question of, does this carry on into today? Do we get some surprises this morning? We're kind of at this point where there's good things and there's bad things. It's a question of which is going to take over the market. We're going to talk about all that and more, plus some very promising signs for the market in totality. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, yesterday was red in terms of ADA, down a modest 1.39%. It was kind of a blah day overall. For the most part, ADA sat between 71 to 72 cents, not really making huge moves one way or the other. And then basically what we're doing is we're kind of riding this wave of our 50-day moving average. You guys can see it's been a focal point of support. ADA just keeps bouncing off of it, which is a great sign. And we honestly run this potential where ADA could just trend sideways to the end of this trend, which is around the weekend before it tries to actually make an extension and a breakout, right? We have a bull flag playing out here. It's this very small one. We're in our bigger bull flag structure. So that potential is there. Now, what I have to say is that we have had times where ADA has been trying to ride the wave and then it's tipped down and move the opposite direction. Trying to ride the wave, tip down and move the opposite direction. Now, that was based on negative news. And I'll get to this in just a moment because there is the potential of negative news. It's a question of, does the good news win? Does the bad news win? Now, just looking at yesterday in general, there were a few surprises that caused some red in the crypto market. All right. First of all, Pakistan says India is going to attack in the next 24 to 36 hours. This announcement came yesterday afternoon. So now we're about 12 to 24 hours away from this potentially happening. And again, this is just Pakistan saying this because there was a terrorist attack that took place in India from a group that has at least claimed ownership of this, a terrorist organization in Pakistan. So we'll see if there is going to be a response from this, but this just created a little bit of unrest, a little bit of uncertainty. And it's a question of, does something come from this? Does an attack take place? So everybody's kind of on edge in that regard now. Another big thing that came yesterday, obviously Mark Carney has officially won the election in Canada to become the prime minister. So now he's been voted in by the people. I don't know why I did quotes. He has been voted in by the people. And what he said kind of raised tensions once again. He said, as I've been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country, but these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never happen. So again, there should be trade talks going on. There should be international cooperation, but instead there is a lot of posturing going on from countries throughout the world. Canada and the U.S. trying to posture against each other. You have China and the U.S. trying to posture against each other. Some good news, I guess, is that China has created this list of goods that are exempt from the 125% tariffs. I have seen certain electronics fall on this, certain chips fall on this. So yes, there is actually this reliance, and basically they should be having trade discussions. Honestly, I just have to say this. I would be very surprised if there is no dialogue going on. That would 100% surprise me. And I think a lot of what we're seeing in the media of, no calls have taken place, no communication has taken place, it's frankly bullshit. All right. And what it's trying to do is they're both trying to appear strong for their countries, but there's probably an inner dialogue that is going on currently. And I'm sure that will come out eventually. We just have to be patient. Unfortunately, we're kind of, again, stuck in this place of uncertainty and what comes next. Right now, that being said, there are some good things that have been taking place. This is one of them, right? Other good thing that's taking place, you're still seeing massive buying taking place across the crypto market, institutional money. Another day yesterday, BlackRock bought $216 million themselves. We actually saw some unloading from Bitwise, from ARK Investments, from Fidelity, but there are certain entities that just continue to push forward and buy and buy and buy. And frankly, when there's uncertainty, that's the best time to accumulate. This isn't, financial advice. You guys can do whatever you want, but what we're seeing right now is just a lot of, again, noise getting loud again, but it's frankly noise that isn't that big of a deal, at least as of right now. We'll have to watch and wait and just be patient and see how this all does play out. Now, that being said, biggest things we have today, PC report, GDP report. And those are things that probably are going to affect the crypto market. Now, what's interesting about this is the current GDP report expectations are a growth quarter of just 0.3%, which would mark the lowest growth quarter in a very, very long period of time. Now, if we do get this 0.3%, the market is probably not going to like that, because what it shows is that we are in a little bit of an economic slowdown. And there's the possibility that this could have, in fact, been accelerated to higher levels just because of, people racing to buy ahead of tariffs. But at least the PPI report and the CPI report did not indicate that. So it's kind of one of those. It's like, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But that would cause a little bit of stir in the crypto market. It would be good because we'd be accelerating again towards quantitative easing and interest rate decrease, but it would not be good because it would probably rattle the markets just a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see. Some reports have been 0.8%. I think it does need to be higher for the confidence to remain in the markets. And that's where, again, it's kind of one of those days. We could get one of those, right? We could get one of those. And I don't want to be non-committal. I do have to, Again, you guys know I'm bullish overall. I'm a macro bull. I believe things are going to go up over time, but I understand that in the short term, in the today, the now, this stuff is probably going to impact the crypto market. What I do have to say here as well is there's still this huge presence of long and short interest, okay? And it's filled in very heavily over the last 48 hours. You guys can see longs just continue to build positions with liquidation prices down at about, 68.5 cents or so. Shorts continue to push and push and push and build these positions with liquidation prices right at about 72 cents. So we're getting in these compression ranges again. So yeah, it wouldn't take much to move the needle one way or the other, which sucks. We're yesterday was blah. It was lower volume than what we have been seeing. And everybody's frankly anticipating the reports today. They're waiting to see how things are going to shake out. And I hope it's good. I want this rally to continue. I want us to see a breakout here. It wouldn't be the worst thing if we did come down, touch, like 67 cents or so, and then decided to rebound from there. But that's what we have going on. There's a lot of things taking place right now. And yes, again, I'm bullish from an overall standpoint. Yes, we're still seeing household savings on the rise, which is a good sign. That's at least what the data is showing right now. Some people would argue with me, but we're just kind of, best way I'd put it is we're just kind of treading water right now. All right. Not from an economic standpoint, but from a market standpoint. We're waiting to see what is going to be the next big thing. We're waiting to see what is going to be our breakout moment that kind of forces the hand of everyone. We're still sitting at about, 5% USDT dominance. We're waiting for that push over the edge. And I think soon enough, we'll get our answers. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Which way do you think today ends up heading? But have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.